Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where legends are made and titles are won. Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Mississippi State about to boot it away as we start the festivities. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving forward.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And the defense comes out on the very first play of the game on the road, and they bring the energy, and they get the sack. They came into this one on fire, ready to go, and that is a statement early.
Got it in the middle. It's ball. Stopped after making the catch. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game over.
It is so hard as a defender to have to stop that big fella from catching the corner route, right? He already has great size and long arms, and he can jump. So what do? I mean, you're not trying to create pass interference and a penalty, but that's just a size mismatch, and the offense took advantage.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Milroe. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
And the ball is intercepted. Oh, it's a fumble. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Out of all the ways to get a first down, that's how the offense chose to do it. I mean, make the mistake, throw the interception, Palmer, but heads-up play, force the fumble, and recover it. First down.
And, David, you know the quarterback's counting his lucky stars. That was a bad decision. That should be the defense's ball. Luckily, they fumble it. His teammates get it back to give him another chance.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Prentice. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
They're getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Escapes the pressure to his right. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going for it all. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
The Bulldogs offense will go to work for the first time. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this deep because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
This just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Touch pass on the run. He breaks a tackle. That defensive front just flat whipped him as they knock him down for a big loss. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away.
How about that? You don't see those touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that end. Nice job by the defense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. We'll get this quarter going with a second down play. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. And wings it incomplete. The timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted, messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not a mistake.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. The number one job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my number one job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using his legs, it's Booth. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll try the left side. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on second down. Trying play action. They're trying to get... And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. And those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Looking to throw, it's Milroe. He'll throw it. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown time. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, though.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Hammers his way across the 10, picks up 4 to the 11.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Mosley. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Back to throw. It's Chapin. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. They're going to run it. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his 1st sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out.
And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, a nice job finding my wide receiver there. How about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the 1st down.
Back to pass, it's Chapin. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
Timeout, Alabama.
After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are 1st and goal. He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Mississippi State.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown and get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he breaks into the open. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
This offense is so explosive. They can can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun, the running back has it. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Just enough time to get off one more snap. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And we can't get very far into this halftime breakdown without talking about that stud linebacker. The kid's been everywhere all at once through 2 quarters. From clogging gaps to causing turnovers, he's been a one-man gang. Public enemy number 1 for that opposing sideline. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
The give to the back. At the 35, he's got room. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Mississippi State going up tempo.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The run from the shotgun. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are...
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels, when you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse. And they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. Trying to get to it. And to get rid of it quickly. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down. Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast, and you saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here for them.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit in this game.
They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Back to throw. It's Milroe. Looking to the big tight end. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in his hands.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. They'll run the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
Off the RPO, complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no 1st down.
Quarterback will audible. They want to just keep throwing it. Going deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing the perimeter of the field. They just didn't have it, though.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold it. Open.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. Offense set on 1st down. Quick release by the QB. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
On the ground, it's Booth. Gets away from one, finds room. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Mississippi State right back to the line.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps. And man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. They'll run play action. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
On the play. It's third down.
Here on third down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Back on the field after the break, and we'll start the quarter here on third down. Looking to throw, it's Shapen. He looks that one in nicely. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's right down the boulevard. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Clemson was far from the friendly confines of Death Valley, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. Type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
He's looking for a man on second down. Trying to escape and get it himself. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
Tell you what, coaches want you to do your best work late in the ball game. He did his best work. Great job taking off. Biggest run of the day after grinding this game out, makes it explosive. Now trying to put this game in a good situation.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football. They're going to try and lead the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4.
Neutrals on infraction. Defense.
The defender crossed the line a little bit too early. It's a free 5 yards for the offense. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. On the option. Now the toss. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Get it out on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The screen always seems so easy until you find all of that traffic right in front, Jesse.
Yeah, and we see so many screens in college football these days. The ball getting spit out quickly. I think more and more defenses reached today are just expecting it. They're practicing against it all week leading up to games. You can tell this defense well-versed right now on how to stop these touchdowns.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field.
Well, this offensive line has got to do a better job. They've now given up way too many sacks. This poor quarterback is running for his life. They've got to shore up and do a better job on the offensive line.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And how about the defense? How big was that stop? Forcing the punt, getting it back to the offense, and all of a sudden, you feel the momentum now on their side.
They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Looking to throw, it's Shapen. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And third down for a defensive lineman, trust me, I'm one of them, is money down. Go get me that quarterback. Make the stop. Get him to fourth down. The defensive line, the defense was ready to rock and roll. Nice job.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's it. Back-breaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
From his end zone, he'll go up top. Snags it on the right. Open runway ahead. At the 20. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the move, it's Shapen. Oh, look out on the right. The tag. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. We'll stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. They want to throw it. Let's it fly. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Trailing by a touchdown here in the fourth, they'll try to get it back with the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moment. Waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
In the red area, it's Haynes.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Offense will use a timeout, 19 seconds left in the game.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
The offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play. The clock and the scoreboard on their side as they come to the line, first and goal. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. To the air, it's Milroe. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Looking to go up top on first down. Coming after it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.